Oh, yes. I find it very gross that almost every time we're recording a video in the desert, we're getting McDonald's. If you think about it.
Yeah.
I never...
Well, it's easy.
The only times I ever eat McDonald's have been documented in these videos. So we're out in Laughlin right now. Bullhead City or Laughlin?
Bullhead.
Bullhead. With the LASD Motorsports race team, because they're racing the UTV Legends Championship out here in Laughlin tomorrow. We came out last night, did a little bit of driving, a little bit of shakedown, because I don't think they've really off-roaded the new race vehicle yet since it's been built. And today we're just doing some prep work and getting ready for tomorrow. It's gonna be a real relaxing day. It's gonna be a nice day. We'll do some walk-arounds of the vehicle, show you the final product before racing. Well, this might not even be the final product. We did some driving yesterday, and the shocks might not be suitable for, I guess, racing.
Those are getting dialed in today by
Privateer.
Ricky at Privateer.
They're getting dialed in to the best of their capability, but ultimately I think they need to get sent back to have more valving done or new shocks altogether. But we're gonna try these shocks for this race and hopefully have a nice suspension setup for a bigger race like the Mint in December. But
Well, we had 3.5 Fox podiums before, and they were 6 inches too short. So we had to send them back, and then they sent us back 2.5 podiums. But 3.5 is the way to go, because especially right now it's already 92 degrees outside and 9 o'clock in the morning.
oh,
And it's gonna be hot. The shocks will get hot fast, so have shock fade first couple laps, and then car won't perform as good.
luckily it's a shorter kind of race in the sense that it's like small laps versus like the Mint where it's like just 3 massive, like it's a small short race and it's all like on a course kind of. So it's a good place to test and see if these shocks can hold up or what we need to do for the future.
I found the course on maps here much.
But yeah, like he said, it is already, we pulled into town yesterday at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon and it was like 114 degrees already.
Yeah.
And it's already like a, what, 95 right now? 95 right now, it's not even 10 o'clock in the morning yet, so the shocks might struggle. Aside from all that, we're gonna do the walk around, show you the final product, because last time I showed you, I think it was like half done. But it's all done now, so we'll show you. And we'll get on with this lovely weekend. Hey buddy, they're home.
Check out these fucking crawdads down here.
Dude, as much as I'm sure everybody would love to see, so oh, I see it all the way out there. Yeah.
You see the fish in the water?
I do see the fish in the water, yes.
Watch, ready?
Okay, I'll leave him to play with his marine life. We're gonna go check out some race vehicles. So essentially we're trailering up right now so we can take the vehicle back to the pits, and we have to go through tech inspection today so they can go over the whole vehicle and make sure it's race ready. And we're gonna talk to a few of the sponsors to get a few things hammered out before the race to make sure we're just top notch and ready to go. Okay, so we made it to the tech inspection area. The racers are inside getting paperwork to get themselves all signed up and entered and everything, and all their liability and whatnot. So we're gonna do the walk around of the vehicle while it's not moving while we're waiting. So we're gonna go over all the sponsors, all the parts and everything real quick, just to give you guys a general idea of what this year's race vehicle is running. So for the wheel and tire setup, we're still running the Canati tires, but The new sponsor for wheels is Raceline, but unfortunately we didn't get the wheels in time, so we're running last year's Ultra wheels, which will be replaced once we get the new wheels in. If you follow the UTV videos, you'll see when we built this back at Privateer Motorsports that we had gotten the wrong size Fox shocks. I think they were like 6 inches too short, so they didn't even connect to the vehicle. So we got the new ones in, but as mentioned earlier, there might be a problem with these. The problem being that they were supposed to be 3-inch diameter, but I think they sent 2 5s, so it's a lot less oil, which could be very problematic, especially in the temperatures we're racing this weekend, because it's clear over 100 degrees and there's just not enough fluid in there. And when we were doing some of the testing yesterday, some shakedown runs, we noticed that the suspension setup just isn't right as far as tuning goes. So they're going to try to tune these as much as they can to work for this race, which brings us to the next partner or sponsor. I'm not sure what they want to call themselves, but Privateer Motorsports, they've been a huge help with this build in particular. This was built at their shop. We're pitting with them at this race, and they are going to be tuning these shocks to the best of their ability today before the race, so we could get the maximum use out of them for this race. As far as the future for these shocks goes, I think we're going to see how they handle this race, but most likely we're going to send them back to Fox or sell them and buy new ones from Fox, maybe 3.0s or 3.5s or something. But that's what we're running for the wheels, tires, suspension. We got the Trinity Stage 5 exhaust. We have KC highlights from last year. We have Polaris Government and Defense that helped us get the vehicle. We have KWT air filters, which are a great sponsor. And one of the new sponsors that we got are Fresh. Actually, hold on. Tobacco-free nicotine pouches, all kinds of flavors. They gave us a bunch of boxes to hand out this weekend. Obviously, still running DJ safety equipment, PCI radios, Assault UTV, everything. A lot of the same sponsors from last year, just added on a few, took off a few. Lucas Oil, Roadrunner, all those guys are still with us. It's great. One of the changes we're going to be making before the race though is we're taking off this KC highlight bar because it's not a nighttime race. We're not going to be running in the dark, so we don't really need the lights. But what I'm really excited about for this year's vehicle is the interior that they did. They basically redid the whole center console, which looks fantastic. They have all their controls, all the radios, everything that they need, gauges, lights, noises, everything. Especially for the co-pilot, Bob. Last year we were just running a legitimate iPad just kind of magnetically mounted to the dash, which was not working. It kept dying or losing signal or all kinds of stuff. It was just an iPad running a mapping program, but now we actually have a Lawrence like mapping computer with a great custom sort of like oh shit handle grab bar. It's telescopic, so you can open these, adjust the distance, so it could be pushed in when he gets in, then he could pull it to his however close he wants it, and he's got his mapping system right there, which is perfect. New steering wheel, I believe that's telescopic as well, or adjustable in some way, shape, or form, so they can get the right fit. Same as last year, still running a 4-door, but they gut the whole back, so it's just a plate on the bottom, which is really nice. They can throw in any safety equipment they want and just strap it down. And they also had a custom fabricated rear like bash bar, which doubles as a tire carrier for the rear, and a front push bar slash skid plate for the front. And it all just looks so aggressive and so nice. I'm super stoked for this race vehicle for this year, and I'm really excited to see what it can do this weekend, especially with limited suspension setups. I don't know if I'm forgetting any other sponsors, but that's just the real basic rundown of it. LESD Motorsports, we are ready to race this year.
Feet are hot.
It's a little hot out, it's making kind of cranky, but now that we're done walking around the vehicle for this race season, we're gonna head into the vendor area, the main event section. We're just gonna walk around and check out some of the booths real quick. So we'll catch you guys once we're moving along with the process. So yesterday when we were doing some runs, we were in the other car using some handhelds while they're using their comm system, and the co-driver comm setup, you can hear him press the button and it's coming through, but I can't hear a word he's saying, like not even like muffled or anything. You just can't hear anything. So we're getting the radio system checked out here at PCI, and hopefully we get the comms fixed.
Huh?
Comms, it's a little important, right?
I think it was just a connection thing, honestly.
Oh, I'm about to find out.
Like his mic was not plugged in. Like, you know, you have a headphones jack and you plug it in a little bit.
So as far as the radio problems went from yesterday, Essentially, they just said it was the wiring inside. The wires from the driver and the co-driver's headsets were running parallel, and I guess that messes with the frequency because they're touching, versus if they were to cross each other like at a 90-degree angle, then it's less contact. So inspection went very well. We thought we were gonna hit a hiccup or two, but everything went very smooth. We got all checked in. We got the okay from the officials and everything. So we're pretty much done here. We're wrapping up. We're loading everything back up, and we're gonna get everything situated and set to where it's got to be tomorrow morning for the race. And I think we're just heading back to the house at this point because it's really hot and we want to go in the water.
Later that night.
So we were hanging out on the river, enjoying the rest of the day, and apparently one of the more famous female off-road racers for UTVs, Sierra Romo, got some stuff stolen from her campsite here at the pits. So we decided to come and load up the race vehicle and take it back to the house just to be more safe so nothing gets stolen overnight or anything. So we're over here loading up now. The racers are at the driver's meeting, and then we're all gonna link back up after the fact. And if I don't touch base with you guys, I'm sure we're just gonna pick up at tomorrow's race. So catch you there.